In the early spring of 1939, parents in a remote Peruvian village noticed that their 5-year-old daughter had an enlarged belly. Fearful that the swelling was a tumor, Tiburello Medina and Victoria Lozia took their little girl, Lina Medina, from the family's home in Tecrapo to see a doctor in Lima. To the parents' shock, the doctor discovered that Lina Medina was 7 months pregnant. And on May 14, 1939, Medina gave birth via C-section to a healthy baby boy. At 5 years, 7 months, and 21 days of age, she became the youngest mother in the world. Medina's case took pediatricians by surprise and attracted international attention that she and her family never wanted. To this day, Medina has never told authorities who the father was, and she and her family still shun publicity and avoid any opportunity for a tell-all interview. Despite the mystery that continues to surround the case of the world's youngest mother, more insight has come to light on how Lina Medina got pregnant and who the father may have been. Born on September 23, 1933, in one of the poorest villages in Peru, Lina Medina was one of 9 children of Tiburello Medina and Victoria Lozia. Her pregnancy at such an early age obviously came as a disturbing shock to her loved ones and the public. But to pediatric endocrinologists, the idea that a 5-year-old child could get pregnant wasn't entirely unthinkable. It's believed that Medina had a rare genetic condition called precocious puberty, which causes a child's body to change into that of an adult too soon, before age 8 for girls and before age 9 for boys. Boys with this condition will often experience a deepening voice, enlarged genitals, and facial hair. Girls with this condition will typically have their first period and develop breasts early on. It affects about 1 in every 10,000 children. Roughly 10 times more girls than boys develop this way. Oftentimes, the cause of precocious puberty can't be identified. However, recent studies have found that young girls who are sexually abused may go through puberty faster than their peers. So there are suspicions that precocious puberty might be accelerated by sexual contact at an early age. In the case of Lina Medina, Dr. Edmundo Escamil reported to a medical journal that she had her first period when she was only 8 months old. However, other publications claimed that she was 3 years old when she began menstruating. Either way, it was a shockingly early start. Further examination of 5-year-old Medina showed that she had already developed breasts, wider than normal hips, and advanced, that is, post-pubescent, bone growth. But of course, even though her body was developing early, she was still very clearly a young child. Precocious puberty partially explains how Lina Medina got pregnant. But of course, it doesn't explain everything. After all, somebody else had to get her pregnant. And sadly, given the 100,000 to 1 odds against it, that person probably wasn't a little boy with the same condition that she had. Medina never told her doctors or the authorities who the father was or the circumstances of the assault that led to her pregnancy. But due to her young age, she might not have even known herself.